Okay, we've been waiting to talk about this one. The data on your cell phone, the source of a new debate that's going before the federal appeals court.
It begins with a case, this is in front of the U.S. Court of Appeals in New Orleans, over whether police should be allowed to track you over your phone without a warrant for that information. But so much more is at stake regarding your personal information and your phone carriers. Nobody better to talk about this hot topic. Always hot, Judge Andrew Napolitano.
Wow. The topic or I?
Always you.
Oh.
I mean, you're in fuego all the time.
Look, this is my cell phone. I have it turned off.
Right.
It's off. However, it can still tell the police with a warrant, or if they want to break the law without a warrant, where it is. And it can also be used by the police with a warrant, or if they want to break the law without a warrant, to listen to conversations within earshot of the cell phone. The only way to disable it is to take the battery out. This case involves large-scale acquisition of information from telecoms about where cell phone users are at a given time. And a telecom that does business in Texas, but it's not named in the papers, basically said to the federal government, no, we're not going to give you this information without a search warrant.
Right.
The federal government, in its argument before the courts and against this telecom, has come up with some new theory of the Fourth Amendment that no one's ever heard of in 230 years. And that is, if some third party has your records, here the telecom has the records of where you are and to whom you're speaking, you don't have a privacy interest in them. Therefore, the feds can get it without a search warrant, and therefore the Fourth Amendment doesn't apply.
Now,
we'll see what the court says. This will be a radical change in the law if the court adopts the government's argument.
Far be it for me to read between the lines, but it doesn't sound like you think the government has much of an argument here.
No, I mean, the Fourth Amendment was written to protect fishing expeditions, really, to protect us from fishing expeditions. If the government believes that the possessor of a cell phone is engaged in criminal activity, it's pretty easy to get the search warrant, but there has to be that threshold. The Constitution calls it probable cause. Enough evidence so that a neutral person looking at this would say, yeah, this will probably lead to more evidence of criminal behavior. I'll give you the search warrant. But they just want your cell phones because they want them. They just want to know where you are because they're interested in you without any probable cause. That the Fourth Amendment was written to protect us against.
And you think that's the way it will go?
Yes, the trial judge in Texas told the feds, go get a search warrant. And by the way, I won't give you one because you haven't given me any reason for one. And the Justice Department is appealing it to the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals in New Orleans. My prediction is that the Fifth Circuit will affirm what the trial judge did, and then the Justice Department will decide whether or not it wants to take this to the U.S. Supreme Court. It took a similar one to the court last year.
The government's just trying to fight crime. They're just trying to fight crime.
Their job is to
Don't get them going.
Their job is to preserve freedom, young lady, and you know it.
I think this explains a lot.
I always said that to him.
It explains a lot. You know, our stage manager.
He would call me young lady.
Yeah.
Really
our stage manager, Josh Patch.
One of the most unique characters of the Western world.
I just always thought it was funny. He takes his battery out of his phone when he's leaving the studio every day. Now, well, no.
You know how he knows that? In the old days, he was my stage manager.
Thank you, Judge.
Right there.
We're on to you.
What'd you say is one of the most unique characters ever?
Let's go back to, speaking of unique, you do